Happy Friday morning, everybody. Mike here in the basement of the church. You know, as we've been doing social distancing and being safe and safer at home and all of those things, some of us have had some extra time, and we've spent part of that time watching TV or watching movies or other things that we maybe wouldn't normally spend time watching. One of the things that my family has enjoyed doing is watching episodes and seasons of Survivor. You know, that TV show where people go and live on an island together for 39 days and eat a lot of rice and do a lot of different competitions and challenges until only one of them's left. Well, recently we've been watching the season that's called Survivor Redemption Island. And there's something really cool that happened on this show that made me stop to think about things a little bit. See, on this episode of Survivor, there were 4 guys who were on what they call Redemption Island with the chance to compete in a competition. And the top 3 got to stay in the game, even though they'd already been voted out. They have a chance to get back into the game. And the winner of this specific challenge got a special treat. They were going to get to spend a day with one of their loved ones. The show had flown loved ones of the contestants left into where they were doing, and the winner of this challenge is getting to spend an entire day with someone that they love from home to encourage them, to refresh them, to renew them, and to challenge them, to help them make it through the rest of their time there. Well, the winner of this competition does something amazing. His name is Mike. I know, not surprising, a guy named Mike would do something amazing. Mike wins the competition, and his mom is brought out, and he is so excited to see his mom, and then he's given the option that he can choose one of 3 things. He can choose to spend the day with his mom. He can choose to not spend the day with his mom and instead allow the 2 other guys that he had just competed against and survived the competition, that they get to spend time with their loved ones. Or he can choose to not spend the day with his mom, but to give the option or the opportunity to the 6 people left in the game who voted him out, to give those 6 people a chance to spend the day with their loved ones. And the host, Jeff Probst, asked him, "Mike, what are you thinking?" And Mike's response is that he had been reading in the Bible where Jesus was talking about the greatest commandment. It's what we find in Matthew 22:37 through 40. And Mike recalls that Jesus said, the second greatest commandment is this: to love your neighbor as yourself. And so Mike makes the decision not to spend the entire day with his mom, which he had earned the right to do, but instead to let the 6 people who had voted him out of the game spend the day with their loved ones instead, to sacrifice his own well-being, to sacrifice his own privilege, his own reward, so that people who were considered enemies in this game could be encouraged by their loved ones. And it made me stop to think, you know, a lot of us have been away from friends and away from things we've enjoyed doing for a long time. Are we willing to still give those things up if it benefits someone else? Are we willing to forego spending time with people we love? Are we willing to forego doing activities that we really enjoy if it would benefit others? Mike gave up a chance to spend a day with someone he loved that he hadn't seen in over a month to give that privilege to someone else because he saw it as an act of love towards his neighbor. What are we willing to give up just because we love our neighbors? What are we willing to continue to sacrifice for the well-being and good of others? What are we willing to sacrifice simply out of obedience to Christ and to trying to do good and show love for others like Mike did on this TV show? Some things for you to think about today. As always, a reminder, I love you. Most importantly, God loves you. I'll see you next time.